Amanda Holderness. How are you doing? And how's my boy Erik? I love you.
Doing good. He loves you too. He's always around. We're always chatting.
Oh, that's awesome. He makes a good buddy.
He is.
So, Amanda, tell us a little bit about yourself, please, including how to connect with you. Are you doing readings yet or?
Oh yeah, I've been doing readings for a while.
Oh, good.
Yeah, amandaholderness.com. I do intuitive readings. I do angelic Reiki healing, past life readings. Eric and I do a lot of community classes as well.
What
And
are
I'm
those?
Yeah, so we do interactive classes where people are encouraged to bring their oracle cards or tarot cards or pendulums and just practice with Eric. We even heard him audible um,
Oh,
in one of our last classes. So he's ever present. It's always the same. It's usually the same group of people, and then a couple
yeah.
more come in. Really fun. It's just encouraging everyone to use the gifts that you inherently have, just had blocks with. So
That
it's
is
awesome. I love it.
awesome. I wish I could hear you, Erik, more. Sometimes he leaves EVPs on the videos and stuff, but
He's always around. He's always around.
awesome. Okay. That's great. You have a lot in your toolbox, girl. Let's
Doing
see.
a
We're,
lot.
we're going to have part three, and I think this is going to be the final part of our session about nature spirits, gnomes, and fairies, and tigers and bears. Oh my, not tigers and bears. So we will go with the next question that's from the community. Erik, do these energies have feelings like we do? And if so, do they react to these, and in what way? Cool question.
Well, yeah, they have feelings. Um, over the years, they've some of them, for example, I would say fairies, in particular, they're very polarized. So they're very guarded. Fairies in particular with humans, and there's some distrust there.
Yeah.
Um, Things are getting better, and over the years things will get better. So it's really just about, and they know your true intention. They know your heart. They're on a
Oh,
different frequency. It's all energy, but they're on a different frequency, usually in the fifth 5D, he's saying 5D.
okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean, they have feelings just like us, and they hurt just like us, and their feelings can get hurt just like
Oh,
us, from what the humans have been doing, but it's getting better.
I mean, I've had people who responded to part one and part two. One person said that she and her daughter leave out little things for the fairies and the garden, and little presents.
They're there.
They
Just
actually write back in little tiny writing on
and
little.
just anyone, he's encouraging anyone who's listening to this, if you feel called, leave something out. Or glyphs. He's mentioning glyphs. You can put something out in nature and energetically talk to them and say, hey, like, can you move this? Can you do this for me? Just so I know that you're there. So just forming a connection with them energetically is beautiful.
That's
And they
awesome.
love that. And they know your heart. They know your true intentions. So it has to come from a good place, he's saying.
Okay. Are there any of these elementals or nature spirits that don't have any emotion, or do they pretty much all have some form of emotion?
They all have some form.
Okay. What do the nature spirits most want us to know about them?
They're all different. So each one of them, if you want to tap into their energy, again, encouragement of tapping into that energy if interested, but they're all different and they do exist. So long ago it was much more believed that they were around. And over time, we've kind of there's like a negative connotation to it, like people don't believe in that, and they just want you to know that they are present and they help the humans, they help the earth.
Why shouldn't they exist? I mean, like
Right.
I think 90 something percent of people in Iceland believe in elves. I think I'm not sure if maybe it's leprechauns, but I think it's elves. So I mean that's cool.
Helpful elves. He's like helpful. They're so helpful, elves are. They're storytellers. And if you just tap into that energy, like just it's all energetics. And he said anyone can do it if you tap in, and it comes from a good place.
Oh, cool. No barking. Ugh. Okay. Do they work with us humans in any way?
Many. There's many that are anyone that's open to it, especially again energetically, you can see them too. Hi, baby.
Standard.
Um,
No bark. I love you though. Okay. But no barking. Yeah, I love you. Just a minute. She's
he's
super
he's
needy.
he's blabbering again. Can you repeat the question?
Okay.
Go
You're
on and on.
defending us. Go. I love you too. I know. I love you. Um, oh yeah, tell me about the ways that they work with humans.
Yeah, they work with humans all the time. And so Eric's talking about me specifically. Just a couple weeks ago, I was working with gnomes in
Huh?
particular.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
so he's just bringing up they all have different things than they can bring forward to you, and also you can catch them. He's bringing up like the camera. You can catch them. It's hard to see them all the time in
Cool.
person, but you can catch them on camera.
Oh,
Sasquatch.
uh-huh.
Um, there's brown and blonde. Those they're you're never going to catch them on camera.
Oh
He's like
yeah.
they're you're ne it's not going to. They're very shy. You won't catch them on camera, but like fairies and those types of things, you can catch them on camera.
I think
Leave
I've
things
seen
out. It's all
pictures.
about intention.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that is perfect for the this question. Why can some people hear and see them and many cannot?
Blocks. Human conditioning. He's like, this is what me and Amanda have been working on and helping people with. Blocks. It's just over the years you're and that's why he's like kids can see them. Kids can see them
Oh,
all the time, but adults are like, "No, that's not real. Stop believing that." He's like, "Don't do that.
yeah,
Don't do that."
yeah.
Over time, there's blocks and there are ways to unblock it.
How? Just have faith?
Energetic work, working on your energy,
Oh, okay.
believing it to be true, communicating with them, feeling your feelings, getting in touch with your body and the energy.
That sounds totally makes sense. What is their actual size? Well, there's so many. For example, are fairies smaller than a butterfly? Are they bigger? Um, what about all the other species? But we can't go through all of them. We'll just say what's the size of the average fairy?
Small, very small, little.
Like the size of a wasp, maybe, or a fly, mosquito.
He's showing me like that.
Okay,
He's going like this visually.
okay.
Gnomes,
Ants.
another thing he's mentioning, like gnomes, he says, he's like, Amanda, you used to think that gnomes were like, well, before all this, I didn't really believe in any of it, to be
Yeah,
honest with you,
yeah.
until really recent months, honestly, channeling them. Gnomes, he's saying gnomes are actually very small. They're very small,
Really?
which I thought they were. I mean, I knew that they were small, but they're like
See, I thought they would be the size of the ones you put in your garden, the gnomes you put in the garden, but
me
that's not.
too. Me too. Yeah. No,
What
they're
about
small.
leprechauns?
About the same. Similar to gnomes.
What about elves?
About the same.
Okay,
Maybe a little bit. He's saying a little bit bigger.
okay, cool. Elf on the shelf. What about the sirens? The forest in Asia that so many have traveled to with purpose of I don't understand this. The forest in Asia that so many have traveled to with the purpose of suicide. What in nature would encourage or attract those who are weak, vulnerable, and or suicidal? So I don't know. Does that have something to do with the sirens?
I'm not resonating with that at all.
Okay. Are are,
Nothing with
sir-
with them.
are
They
sirens?
come from a good place. It all
Okay.
comes from a good place. It's not nothing negative there. I think I'm not familiar with this place, but it's a place that it's just he's just saying it's a well-known place that people intend to go there for that specific purpose. It has nothing to do with
Sirens.
these collectives.
Oh, does it have to do with maybe there's a whole bunch of negative entities there?
It's a negative energy, lots of negative
Okay.
energy around there from previous, but it has nothing to do. totally separate. He's showing me just a wall, completely separate.
Okay. So the negative energy, maybe some bad mojo happened in history in this forest, right?
Where where the people that want to do that are attracted to it.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Erwin Saunders has videos on YouTube about pixies. What exactly are these? Oh, cool. They're not the same as fairies?
They're not the same. They're very playful. They're very helpful. He's showing me they're very helpful. They care about us, and their message is to be the light in the dark,
Oh, that's
but
awesome.
different than fairies. Fairies are, again, they're much more like, don't lie. You better not lie. They're very polarized. Like they're still good. They're they have a good heart, but they want you to be true to yourself and true to the world. Fairies are much more direct,
Oh,
and they can be chatty. A lot of the others, they leave
the
like
fairies or
breadcrumbs.
pixies? Pixies or fairies?
Fairies. Fairies
Oh,
are
okay.
much more chatty than pixies.
Okay.
Like pixies and a lot of the other different collectives, those energies, a lot of them leave breadcrumbs and symbols. But if you connect to like a fairy, for example, they can be chatty. Again, it's all about intention and your heart. And if you truly want to connect to them for a good reason, they'll chat with you.
What do they chat telepathically with you, or do they chat in your language? In a little high-speed
It
voice?
all depends on your Claire, because again, it's
Oh, yeah.
energy, and they're on a different dimension. Like mostly five. He's saying some four, some six, but mostly five. But just whatever your Claire, your predominant Claire is, he says, is how they can communicate with you.
Oh, what are the size of pixies compared to fairies? Similar or
He's again saying that they're very small.
very long? Okay. Oh, that sounds so fun to play with pixies. Is it possible to see any of these elementals with the naked eye? Is it?
Yes, you can. But again, you have to be very connected um, with Mother Earth.
Yeah.
They'll show you if you have an interest and if you try to communicate with them, they'll show themselves to you. Again, not like Sasquatch, it'll never happen. Never.
No,
But like
no.
fairies, gnomes, especially at nighttime in certain regions, he's saying, um, they can. But again, Eric's saying like on camera, it's going to be a lot better on camera. You're going to see him more on camera than you are
Wow.
with your naked eye.
Do you have to change the settings at all on your like iPhone or Android?
No,
Okay. With or without the light on at night, with the flash, not flash, but yeah, video where you can put on the light at the same time.
he said it doesn't matter because they are light
Oh, okay.
and they'll show themselves as light at
Cool.
nighttime.
Mm. Wonder what different kinds of spirits feel like when they come in contact with human energy. Yeah, these kind of sprites and all these elementals. What do they think when they come into contact? Well, it probably depends on the human, right?
It depends on, it's just like us. So it depends. So they're all of them are a little bit different and they all bring something forward. So like we talked about before, he's saying like you're talking about how they feel to us or how do they feel when we
So,
connect with
how do
them?
they feel personally when they come?
They
Connect?
like it. They like it. They like to be, they appreciate that people want to connect with them because for so long and still today, people are like, no, these don't exist, blah, 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 blah. And again, he's talking about like, pay attention to your kids because the kiddos, they can see them, especially the kiddos coming forward in this time and moving forward. They can see that. They can see
Oh,
that stuff. So believe it to be true.
that is
They're
so,
here to help. They
yeah.
love the earth.
Now, why are fairies so mistrustful? Was there a time in history where there were fairy hunters that tried to capture them and sell them or kill them or?
They know the heart.
Yeah,
They can tell. So it's like almost like a lie detector. He's like, they're a lie detector. They can tell how people are. And in the past, chat. Basically just in the past, we were not trustworthy. We were not good at heart. It's turning a corner. He's showing me like a corner, like things are changing, but it's going to take some time. And
yeah,
they can just tell, like, there's a lot of people out there that aren't like you or me or some of the listeners here.
yeah.
They don't always have the best intent. If
Mhm.
you're just trying to see them just so you can try to see them, be like, oh, hey, I saw a fairy. Like, it's not going to happen for you. You have to come from a good place.
Yeah, to have to start some sort of relationship, at least temporarily.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And they can be very helpful.
Yeah.
Very helpful. All of them. They're here to help.
Okay. Do they exist only in certain areas of the world, or are they everywhere? And do they travel with the seasons?
They can be everywhere. Again, he's showing me like, so he's making me feel like portals. There's lots of portals
Oh,
um everywhere that they can go in and out of. Again, it's a different dimension, but it still is like on this earth
right.
plane. So nature, wooded areas, they can be, he's showing me water, showing me mountains. Um, they can be anywhere. And again, a lot of it's energetics. So even if they're not normally in your area, they can still go to your area if you try and connect with them.
Very cool. Do they have family ties and belong to specific families? Maybe not all.
Families, I mean, some of them it's more like groups. It's more like working together. Like
Okay.
he's showing me gnomes, just a bunch of gnomes like working together, working together. It's more like groups than anything.
Okay.
Collective, working together.
So sweet. Do any of
Not
them live
always the same
in
as us.
villages or anything?
What?
Do any of them, sorry, live in little villages or something?
He's saying again, like we're trying to humanize it,
I know.
and it's not like a human thing. Not necessarily.
Okay.
No.
All right. My ex and I had an experience years ago that I've never been able to find any info on. Tiny human-like beings that glowed green that transformed, this is cool, into flying balls of light. They rendered me in a speaking trance state and communicated with my ex telepathically. Can you elaborate? Cool. We don't have the names of these people, so maybe we can't figure it out. But
They were they were green and they transformed into little balls of light.
no, they're tiny human-like beings that glowed green. Yes, then transformed into flying balls of light. So I guess when they were still, they
Yeah,
looked human-like.
fairies can do
Green.
that. He's saying
Oh,
fairies can do that, and they do have some humanoid characteristics.
okay. What other elementals have humanoid characteristics, like a face and fingers and eyes and stuff?
Mostly fairy. I mean, the gnomes do.
Okay, I figured,
Um,
yeah.
fairies,
Leprechauns?
pixies, leopard. Yeah, yeah. They
Okay.
have some humanoid aspects to them, for
Is that
sure.
is that their regular state, or is it only when they want us to see them?
That's tricky. He's saying that's tricky because again, they're more of on the like energetic side of things. That's how
Yeah.
we see them. So that's a lot of the times that's how they portray themselves.
Okay.
But again, it's all energy, he's saying.
Oh yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So what do you think? Can you figure out what they were trying to communicate with this person and his or her ex?
He's saying they're very connected to nature, Mother Earth, and that was meant for a reason. And these people, they can connect if they choose to connect. They can ask these beings to come forward and assist them in day-to-day things. So kind of an invitation like, hey, we're around. Um,
Okay.
yeah, Eric's just saying that they're those people are very connected to Earth in general.
Cool. All right, this next one. Sometimes I feel I can talk to the trees when I'm walking around in nature. Me too. I almost feel their energy and am very grateful for them. Is there some sort of tree spirit?
Sure, 100%.
No.
There's lots of different
Trees can talk to
and
themselves.
he's
Yeah.
talking about like rock people too.
Oh,
He's talking about the trees, but then Eric's talking about there's rock people as well.
what are those?
Um, he's like, do you ever go places and you can see like in nature certain faces?
Yeah. Yeah.
Rock people.
Oh, cool.
Rock people. They're they're very helpful. They cleanse themselves through their pores, kind of like crystals, for
Oh,
example.
yeah.
So
Interesting. So, can they move the rock?
yeah, slowly.
Yeah, really slowly. All right. So the tree spirit, what did they look
Trees.
like?
Again, it's all energy and trees. He's just showing it's just energy. He's actually showing me Avatar, which there is something about Avatar. Eric and I have been talking about that. But you know, like the tree of life thing, how all of them can connect to it.
Mm.
He's like, this is a side note. This is Eric with me, like ADD. Come on. Um,
Hmm.
but he's talking about how um again he keeps showing me Avatar. Stop.
Mm.
Okay. He's off track. Can you ask the question again? I'm so sorry. He
Yeah,
keeps
no,
talking about
Eric,
other
I
stuff.
know he was like that before. So this person feels like they can talk to the trees, feel their energy, and very grateful for them. Is this a kind of tree spirit? And oh, I guess that's right. What do they look like? That's what I asked. Do they look like the tree itself, but just like
Yeah,
light?
the spirit is within the tree, but as far as what they look like, again, it's all energy. He's just going back to mom. It's all energy. It's
Okay,
just energy.
can they leave the tree and go somewhere else?
Sure. And they house a lot of portals too, he's saying.
And
There's
some of
lots of
them
portals.
have little Keebler cookie factories, right? Inside them.
He's laughing.
All right, so it's different it's different vibes than other plants, this person thinks. Or maybe it's just me recharging from our busy world.
Wisdom, very wise, very, very wise.
Mm.
You can talk to them. You're not crazy to talk to them.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
very
I've
wise.
I've seen something, I don't know if it's YouTube or what, that scientists were able to capture trees
Moving.
ultrasonographically. Yeah, I've seen that too, very slowly, but also talking to each other.
Yeah, but
They
it's a different
getting a
frequency.
forest fire or things like that.
Yeah, a different frequency with that.
Y'all should watch The Secret Life of Plants because they do communicate. It's amazing. But that's off topic. Let's see. So I remember reading a book by Rudolf Steiner and how he specifically described these four nature spirits in their importance of plant growth. But I can't find the book. Maybe agriculture. I don't know. Can you bring him in? He's an inspiration for biodynamic gardening. Was he in contact with nature spirits? We don't have to bring him in because we don't have time, but was he in contact with nature spirits?
Sure, 100%. And Eric's bringing up nymphs
Oh, yeah.
and nymphs being
Mm.
part of that, something with plants. I haven't done much. I haven't done anything with nymphs, but he's bringing up nymphs for
Oh,
some reason.
cool. What others help with plant growth?
Fairies can, but
Oh,
they can also mess with you a little bit. You can
okay.
ask for help. Honestly, any of them. They're all very helpful as long as you come from a good place. He's saying that
Oh,
any of them can help you in anything, not just with plants in your day-to-day life.
yeah, that's cool. Is there uh, is there any other species we have not heard of from nature spirits?
Yes.
Really, how many do you think there are that don't have labels from us?
There's so much out there beyond our wildest dreams, he's saying. He's showing me like 20 plus, but but the feeling I get inside of me is like even more than that. Maybe 20 plus we haven't discovered yet, but even more. There's a lot. There's a lot that we don't have names for, he's saying.
Are all of those relatively benevolent or any
Yeah.
nefarious?
So a lot, so so there's good and bad, right? In humans as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same there. They're not like evil or anything like that, but some of them could be tricksters. So
Or
if
naughty.
you,
Yeah.
yeah, so if you want to ask someone to come in, ask the representative, that comes from the best and the most loving place
Yes.
for assistance and feel that energy. Get in connection with your body, people. He's like, get in connection with your body, people, is
Mhm.
what he's showing me. So
It's so hard. We've learned not to do that, really.
we have, yes,
Mm,
we're going back. We're going back to the way things should be. That's
good.
what we're working on.
And good that you help people with that. Anything interesting about them that we have not heard of yet, Eric?
I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of just the things that they can do for us on Earth, he's saying. Nobody really realizes that. And people don't always pay attention to that. So there's information out there, but there's still so much more to be discovered that you can discover on your own, he's even saying. So he's really encouraging people to tap into it on your own. You can do it, but there's a lot out there that about them that we don't know, and there's still many yet to be discovered.
Wow. So can you name a list of a few things, maybe 5 things that can help us with?
So,
Beside plant growth, I know that. They can
right.
help with relationships, I understand.
Yeah, so he's talking about gnomes. So they're very studious. They're very observant. They like to help with things. Very much about love. So if any of those things, if you lack any of those things, call them to come forward and help you with certain things.
Like what? Like what, Eric?
Self-love, working on self-love for gnomes. Again, they're studious. So if you're like trying to, he's talking about like homework. If you're doing homework, like you can ask them to come in and help like encourage you and to
Oh,
get
how
things
about a
done and
test?
get things
Help me
moving
cheat on my
forward.
test. Oh,
Um,
yeah. Okay.
he's talking about elves. They encourage you to um, learning. He's talking about learning new things. So them as well, they're very encouraging of that. They're very creative. So if you want to tap into being like creative, ask an elf to come forward.
Is that true for
Um,
artists? I mean, are they the best ones for artists
sure.
to ask for help, or are there others that can help us even more?
Other different like
Na-
I mean they all do different things. So like he's talking a lot. I'm trying to okay.
Slow down, Eric.
Um, he's talking about like Sasquatch. You can energetically connect with Sasquatch. You're never gonna see him, but you can energetically connect. And that energy, he says it's very peaceful. So you can tap into that energy. Very loving, playful, gentle. They are not polarized at all compared to,
Eric.
fairies and things like that. They have a very broad perspective on like the here and now. So
Mm,
if you need help realizing things in the here and now, and again, he's saying it's more energetics,
right.
tapping into certain things, but they can help you with that. If you have questions on the here and now, things that are going on right now, they can help you with that. They can help you realize those things if you try to like get into a meditative state. I mean, he's going on and on about I mean, all of them can help with different things, and that's why they're here. They want to help the earth and they want to help the people. It's just acknowledgement.
All right. Which ones are more likely to help you with your health?
He's saying gnomes can help, elves can help, fairies can help. Um, any of them.
Okay. What about somebody who's depressed? Which is what's the main nature spirit?
Gnomes,
Really?
gnomes,
Interesting.
gnomes. He's immediately gnomes. They can be, yeah, gnomes, love, lots of love. But really, again, all of them care for us. But
Mm.
he says for you, Amanda, um, gnomes.
Okay.
Eric and I have worked with gnomes a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
So that's why he's bringing that up.
All right. What about help with finances if people are really struggling financially?
Studious gnomes are studious as well. You
But
can
so
bring
they
gnomes
help,
in.
but they help with finances?
They can help with that. Any of them.
Who's the
Any of
main
them.
one that can help somebody with money problems?
He's saying fairies because they're like, they lay down the law, sort of a thing.
Okay.
Like, do. This is what you have to do. Don't lie about it. Be real about it. So he's saying fairies can assist in that area.
Awesome. Uh, can they assist by materializing it for you or just telling you telepathically what you need to do to achieve that goal?
Money Money is more to do because money is energy. He's like, Mom, this is a totally
That's
different
true.
thing. It's a
Yeah.
whole different thing. There's a lot to do with manifestation with money, and it's all energy. And there's that could be a whole other topic and the frequency of that and
Yeah.
how you are with that. So that's again ADD. He's starting to talk about that again. So
We had a
hold
session about money, maybe, but maybe we need to do that again. All right. What about which ones would help bring love into your life? Like if you're looking for a romantic partner.
they can again. He's saying like they can all help in different ways. So again, here and now with Sasquatch, you can bring that energy in to assist you with the here and now and be reflective on that. Gnomes are very much about love, but also about self-love.
Yeah, I
Um,
understand that they're supposedly not very attractive because they've had to learn about self-love. And so maybe that's why they're the best teacher
right.
for that.
Naturally, not so much, but again, they also show up in ways for the individual, whatever the most comfortable for them. And Eric's talking about angels as well. Angels are the same way. We view angels a certain way. They show us themselves as a certain way, winged and beautiful, but in reality, they're kind of scary.
Okay. What about which ones, and just one more question of this, which ones enjoy interacting with our animal companions, like cats, dogs, etc.?
Not gnomes.
Oh, really?
They can get spooked from the animals.
Okay.
They can get
Yeah.
spooked from the animals, especially if they're bigger.
Okay.
Um, he's saying. So like pixies, fairies, gnomes, like kind of stay clear of that.
Okay. Which
None
ones
of
like?
them really in particular.
Oh,
I would say for me Eric's like Amanda talk about you when I've connected with like Sasquatch, again, it's all energetics. So it's more energetically they don't mind, but like yeah, I can't even say. It's more energetically. When you
okay.
have animals, it's better to connect energetically because they do get spooked by
Oh,
that.
yeah. Yeah. All right, last question. What is one message from the nature spirits that we as a human collective need to hear right now?
Mother Earth is alive and real.
Hmm.
Be good to Mother Earth. Mother Earth gives so much to you. This is the planet you've been given. We're here to help you. And you can connect with us. You can connect with us if you want to. We can help you in many ways. We help the earth in many ways. We do things that you don't even realize to
Mhm.
help you. We are coexisting. We're in it's a different dimension,
Right.
but we love the earth. We love Mother Earth. Be
Mhm.
good to Mother Earth.
Very wise celestial being, that's for sure. All right, so you guys check out Amanda Holderness at amandaholderness.com, which will be in the description box. Thank you for this. This was so much fun. I love
Thank
this
you.
topic.
Eric and I, it's so fun that we got to do this topic because we've been
That's,
working with different collectives a lot
next on
lately.
the list, and you're the one that's been working with it, so that's really cool. No coinky dink though. All right, thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Eric. Love you both.
Love you.
You guys be sure to share this with your fellow nature spirit lovers and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Say bye,
Thank you.
Sailor. Oh, I love you too. I love you too. Oh, I love you too. Okay, okay, okay. Enough kisses.
See you later.